what's up guys, Jamie here. So BenQ reached out to me a while ago and sent me their EX3501R curved ultrawide monitor to review, and I've been using it for a couple months now, so I've definitely gotten to know this monitor quite well. This monitor was released at the end of 2017 in order to replace the aging XR3501 back from 2015, and after using the new model for a while, I'd say BenQ has really introduced a solid contender into the ultrawide market. Alright, so let's start off with design. Personally, I think the monitor looks very sleek and sharp. It looks absolutely stunning from all angles. I mean, whoever designed this monitor over at BenQ honestly deserves a pay raise. The back panel, it seems as if it's made up of aluminum, but the entire thing's actually plastic, and that's not necessarily a bad thing since it keeps costs down. At the bottom here, we also have our inputs, which can be difficult to access sometimes, but I can live with it. Now, the ports include two HDMI 2.0s, one DisplayPort 1.4, a 3.5mm audio out jack, two USB 3.0s, and my favorite, a USB-C port. The USB-C port allows you to send a video signal from your laptop to your monitor, and simultaneously, the monitor will send data and power to your laptop. Now, this may sound great and all, but sadly, this USB-C port only supports 10 watts of power delivery, which is nowhere near enough for most laptops. I found that my laptop's battery still drains slowly over time when relying on the USB-C port, and when not in use, the USB-C port charged my laptop very slowly, so I would recommend that you have your laptop plugged into another power source if possible. BenQ also provides you with the plastic cover that sits nice and flush with the back panel to help you hide your cables. And there's also a hole in the stand for you to loop your cables through, so the cable management game here is definitely strong. The side profile of this monitor isn't too thick, and going over to the front, it's definitely an eye pleaser. The bezels are nice and slim, which gives this monitor a more modern look. And this little thing at the bottom here is actually a light sensor, which I will talk more about later. The stand has a cool angular design, and it complements the overall aesthetic of the monitor very well. Again, at first glance, you would think that the stand is made up of aluminum, but it's actually entirely plastic. Nonetheless, the stand is really sturdy, and you have the ability to tilt the monitor towards or away from you from -5 to +20 degrees, which is a nice touch. You can also adjust the height of the monitor, but it only goes so high. And unfortunately, this monitor isn't VESA compatible out of the box, but BenQ does offer a VESA mounting kit as a solution, so you can check that out online. Also, the stand is about 32 centimeters or 9 inches deep, and the monitor spans about 83 centimeters or 32.5 inches horizontally, so keep those numbers in mind if you have a smaller desk, because this is definitely not a small monitor. On the bottom right, we have all of our buttons to control the menu system, and they all feel pretty tactile, nothing out of the ordinary. The system's surprisingly easy to navigate, but I wouldn't say it's as intuitive as LG's joystick system. The EX3501R sports a 35-inch screen with a 3440 by 1440 resolution, giving it a pixel density of 107 pixels per inch, which is about the same as a 27-inch 1440p monitor, so it's definitely sharp. The display is a VA panel with an 1800R curve, which means it sort of gives you that wraparound immersive feeling, and this makes it very enjoyable for watching movies and playing games. The VA panel also gives you a nice contrast ratio of 2500 to 1, so that means you're going to get deep blacks. Now, this monitor only goes up to 300 nits, which isn't a huge deal since most monitors are around that brightness anyways, but the problem here is that BenQ, along with many other companies right now, market their monitors as HDR. And you really can't say something's HDR if it only goes up to 300 nits. I mean, a lot of HDR TVs go up to 1000 nits. And on top of that, this is an 8-bit panel, so I feel like the term HDR can be quite deceiving sometimes. Nonetheless, the HDR mode on this monitor still makes quite a difference, and it allows you to play games and watch shows that support HDR. But honestly, I think that I prefer the MBook or MacBook picture profile over the HDR profile for this monitor, as the colors just look much more vibrant and less washed out on the MacBook profile. But overall, this monitor is still quite color accurate as it covers 100% of the sRGB color space. It also has a minimum gray to gray response time of 4 milliseconds, input lag is around 15 milliseconds, and it supports a refresh rate up to 100 Hz, which makes this monitor really great for gaming. Not to mention, it also supports AMD Freesync, and with AMD rolling out new and improved graphics cards in 2019, the demand for Freesync will only go up. Gaming with this monitor is a really immersive experience, and I feel like it's kinda cheating since you can see more on your screen than other players do, but hey, they don't know that. Watching videos on this monitor was also very enjoyable, but most videos out there are in 16:9, so that means you're gonna have these black bars on the side most of the time, which kind of sucks, but you get used to it. Now, one neat feature of this monitor is this little sensor right here, and basically it detects the lighting conditions in your environment and adjusts the brightness and color temperature of your screen automatically to reduce eye strain. BenQ calls this Brightness Intelligence Technology, or BI technology for short, and it's definitely a welcome feature, but it's not something that should make you go out and buy this monitor right away. At the time of making this video, the EX3501R retails for about $750 in the US and around $900 in Canada. And if you're thinking of picking this monitor up, I'll leave an Amazon link in the description below, and that way you can get some speedy delivery and help support this channel. Now, $750 is slightly cheaper than the very popular Dell 3415W, it's also cheaper than the LG 38WK95C, and it's still cheaper than a lot of the 3440x1440 options out there. So the price point of the BenQ monitor really makes it a steal, and if you're someone who likes to game, watch movies, or multitask, then this may just be the perfect all-in-one monitor for you. Anyways guys, that's it for this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and be sure to subscribe for more content. I hope you guys have a happy new year, and I'll see you in the next one.